Hi guys, what is going on and welcome to today's YouTube video. In today's video we are going to discuss the current state of Bitcoin, and we are also going to discuss a potential trade idea that I'm currently looking at on euro against the dollar. As you all know, in September I have plenty of time to also trade Forex and commodities again, next to my Bitcoin, Ethereum and altcoin trades. So in today's video we are also going to discuss a potential trade idea on euro against the dollar. Now first let's start off with Bitcoin, because Bitcoin this week so far, the price action has been crazy boring. Like I have almost no words for it to describe how boring and choppy this price action has been. We can see that this week so far we have approximately been trading in a 1.14% range. It's crazy, it's very hard and very difficult trading circumstances, but nevertheless we can try and find some potential trade ideas that we are eyeing up to potentially take. Now something that is interesting me is the fact that we started moving sideways after this massive move to the downside, right? Personally, this sideways movement is occurring within a liquidity pool, because most of the sideways movement has been beneath this liquidity low over here, and also beneath the low over here and the low over here. These three lows that we put in over here were providing a lot of liquidity. Now most of the sideways movement has been occurring within that liquidity pool, and we know that sideways movement after a move to the downside, if that is occurring within a liquidity pool, it's potential reaccumulation before a move to the upside. Now currently, we also have a very clear draw on liquidity to the upside. We have these equal highs, first of all, over here, as you can see. On top of that, we have this flat hour 1 candle. What do I mean by a flat hour 1 candle? I mean that this hour 1 candle has no wick to the upside, and it has a bearish hour 1 fair value gap above it, which is a nice draw on liquidity. Candlesticks should always have wicks towards both sides of them. Now, this is a nice draw on liquidity. These equal highs over here are a nice draw on liquidity. And more locally, we can see that we are constantly forming these lower highs over here, right? So lower high, and we're not seeing proper bearish sweeps before the price is continuing to the downside. So also these lower highs over here are providing some short-term, some closer liquidity for the Bitcoin price. But we can also see that to the downside, more short-term, more locally, we also have some liquidity resting, right? So personally, my preferred scenario right now would be to take out the downwards liquidity first, in which a lot of people will get bearish. But if we zoom in on the 15-minute time frame, we can see that over here we have these relative equal lows, right? And beneath those relative equal lows, we have this M15 OB. So if we zoom in, we can see that we have this order block resting exactly beneath these equal lows. So those equal lows might just be an inducement of this OB. And that is definitely some extra confluence to this potential trading idea, in which if we are going to sweep this low over here and the local liquidity that I just marked out, if we can sweep it, tap into that OB, find support and bounce, and when we bounce, shift structure to the upside, we have a beautiful potential trading idea in which we can simply take the premium and discount of this move to the upside, try to see if we can find any alignment of imbalances, low time frame sales liquidity within our discount, and we can use those alignments to take a potential long position on the pullback with our invalidation beneath the local low. First target is this liquidity pool, and second target, like I said, is the liquidity pool a little higher. This is my current trading scenario for Bitcoin, but before this trading scenario comes into play, there's still a lot of work to do. I want to see a local sweep of the liquidity to the downside, shift the structure to the upside, higher lows where we enter, and we target the upwards liquidity. Beautiful potential trading idea developing on the Bitcoin price. Now let's continue with euro against the dollar, because also euro against the dollar, as we can see, very strong moves to the downside over here. I think the sell model has been completed, and then we might see a mid-week reversal. Today is Wednesday, and very, very often on commodities, on Forex, and usually also on Bitcoin, we are seeing this mid-week reversal type of place, in which first part of the week is bearish, second part of the week potentially can provide a reversal to the upside. Now, some extra nice confluence for the potential reversal is the fact that, first of all, we saw a local sweep of liquidity over here. After that local sweep, orders were being filled over here. We reclaimed. If we move to the 5-minute time frame, we can see shifted structure to the upside over here, formed a higher low over here, and once again, after forming that higher low, continued structure to the upside. Now, currently, we can see that potentially we're shifting the structure on the M15 to the time frame to the upside, right? We have these equal lows over here. Beneath those equal lows, we have this demand area over here. If I'm going to go on the 4-hourly time frame, we can see our 4 OB aligning over here as well. Now, that is some nice confluence, right? If we are going to take premium discount, we can also see our discount obviously aligns with this low time frame sales liquidity and with this demand area over here. We have a very, very clear drawn liquidity to the upside with these equal highs over here. And we can even go a little higher. Of course, if we're going to check the higher time frame, the 4-hourly time frame, we can see that we have this hour 4 fair value gap over here as well, which is another beautiful draw on liquidity. But let's say we target these equal highs over here first, right? My current trading idea for euro against the dollar is to get a sweep of the local equal lows over here, wait for an M5 reversal structure, right? So we are seeing this potential structure being developed on the 50-minute time frame, but I want to wait for a reaction at our POY. I'm not going to set limits. First of all, if we're going to set limits, we have to put our stop over here. Why? Because if we put our stop over here, this is a decent RR of 3. If we put our stop beneath this low, the RR decreases to 1.66. So it's not worth the risk. But if everyone is going to put their stop beneath this local low over here, in my opinion, there's a decent possibility that we are going to see a little bit of a sweep of this low, then shift structure, and then form the higher low. So anticipating that potential scenario, I don't want to set limits. I either want to wait for something like this to occur, in which this structure after this local sweep is our trigger to enter on the higher low, for example, at a breaker, within our discount, whatever, depends on the price action, of course, targeting this liquidity and this liquidity pool over here. Very clean invalidation in that case beneath this low, which makes up for an even better RR of 3. Now, second scenario would be to get a bounce, to sweep the sell stops beneath this low, then reverse structure. If we shift structure, the setup is still valid, enter on the higher low, invalidation beneath this low, target these equal highs and target this hour 4 fair value gap, and even keep a movement for a higher. This is my current trading idea for euro. I'm going to set my alerts beneath these equal lows over here. Once we sweep them, I will get notified, I will get behind my desk, and I will see if we get our much needed market structure shift to the upside in order to start entering a potential trade. If you guys do have any questions after this analysis on Bitcoin or euro against the dollar, make sure to let me know in the comments. Also, guys, if you want to copy our Forex trades, make sure to sign up on Prime XBT. That is where you can copy all of our Forex trades and also all of our commodity trades. You can find the affiliate link in the description of this video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys on Friday's video. Ciao, ciao.